Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and I'm doing our best, like, Moist Critical impersonation with the title, and yes, the Brian Kibler situation is insane. Basically, he put out a video yesterday. I'm going to link it down below. I highly recommend, if you have the time, watch it in full. I watched it once, got some notes for a second watch. It kind of goes over a lot of what we've been talking about all year in Hearthstone. It's a state of Hearthstone in 2024, how he's going to be taking a break. He's not quitting Hearthstone, but taking a break, but going over a ton of frustrations. And as much as I can bitch and moan and cry about everything, Brian Kibler just has a great way of communicating things, and he has a ton of weight to what he says as a Magic Hall of Fame player. He's played Hearthstone since day one, and just an all-around incredible person, player, and all of that. And yeah, I wanted to kind of go over some of his points of what he's talking about and just kind of react. We're not going to watch his content. I don't want to steal anything, but we're going to just kind of go over his main points. And yeah, just how, we've been talking a lot about this, and it's nice to hear it coming from someone else, as well as some community reaction as well. And if you enjoy the content on our channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below, give the video a like, as we're on the road to 90,000 subscribers. We're like 800 away. If we could hit that by the end of the year, that would be the most amazing Christmas gift ever. So yes, Kibler put this video out, again, link down below. Check it out. It's already at 30,000 views. Good chance if you're watching my content, you've already checked it out. But what I wanted to talk about is Kibler's frustrations with Hearthstone in general in 2024, which I share immensely. I wanted to have my year-end recap going over my title, which we'll probably still make the video, but why 2024 was the worst year in Hearthstone history. He doesn't talk anything about like monetization or like a lot of the other stuff going on, so we'll still add that video. But he kind of goes over how this metagame and just Hearthstone in general this year is one of the worst and less fun experiences he's had basically since Stormwind. And on my streams, we've been talking a lot about that, how I feel like Stormwind was a worse expansion by far, a worse meta. Every deck was just play a quest, blow up your opponent. However, I could escape to duels. Duels was amazing during Stormwind, so I could play that. However, we're all stuck with either standard, twist, wild, or arena, and twist only when it's there. And yeah, he goes over how this year in particular, the board has mattered probably the least outside of Stormwind in a long time, where there's kind of two compounding issues, or three, I guess. Is first, the decks that just completely put way too much stats out there way too fast, like the Pain Warlocks or things like that, right? Just overwhelm you, go all in, try and kill you. If they get answered, whatever, they lose. There's the decks that just kill you from in hand in either one turn or over a couple, like Asteroid Shaman's the latest example of it. It kills you sometimes in one turn, often in a couple amount of damage you can never out heal, rarely minion damage, and making the board pretty irrelevant, right? And then the last one is decks that just clear everything, and you never can develop a board. Nothing of your strategies matter. That could be like the Reno decks. That can be like what I like playing Death Knight, which basically is that. If you play a board deck, I'm playing Death Knight, I'm clearing everything probably after like turns 5 and 10. Unless you OTK me, I'm probably gonna win, because you can build the biggest death rattle, the biggest starship, for example. It's gonna get poofed, removed, stolen, and there's been a lot of that all year. And we have seen more nerfs than ever, more changes than ever, and it hasn't changed anything because, as Kibler kind of alluded to, that's just the design of the game. We've seen so many patches, so many nerfs, that the way the game has been designed in particular for like the last year and a half, it feels like they hate people for playing for board. It just feels like you're punished. And he brought up a lot Ethereal Oracle as a card. He said, obviously should have been nerfed last patch. Pretty blunt about that. I mean, I'm in the creator Discord. I know things that are said, so I kind of get where he's coming from. I agree with him. But yeah, how that is the main card from this expansion that has really stood out. And it's all about drawing cheap spells, playing cheap spells, and then trying to burn your opponent from in hand when they're promoting this whole new cool expansion, Great Dark Beyond, where it's about Draenei, which are incremental minion battles, and getting the board ready, and starships, which are supposed to be incrementally grown, and the only ones that really see play are the ones that blow you up or give you a billion armor, right? That's basically what's going on. He finds it very frustrating that, you know, the thing that they didn't nerf kind of goes against a lot of things that have been going on, because we've seen nerfs lately, right? To Reno, to Reska, to Yogg, to try and help out these cool big minions to see play. And then they keep around a card like Ethereal Oracle that makes it kind of moot, because you're always getting your clears, you're always getting your damage and all of that. So, I mean, I've talked about Ethereal before this balance patch. We're going to talk about it probably in the new year, after our year-end recap, because yes, I think it's really a problem. But I have to say, I know Kibler said it absolutely should have been nerfed. And the more I've thought about it is like, okay, let's say we did nerf Ethereal Oracle. Does anything change right now? Probably not, right? Like, those decks would get worse, but it would just be the next worst deck to pop up. That's what we keep seeing happening, right? Like, it'd just be a bunch of hand buff Paladin and probably more Rainbow DK and the same decks over and over, and we still wouldn't see Starship and Draenei work because they still get Omega punished and cleared by absolutely everything, right? Ethereal won't change that. And this is the scariest part of the video that this is the main reason I wanted to make this video, is Kibler almost sounded defeated in this video. He's like, I want to have faith that, you know, they've made these patches, right, where they say that they want more agency on the board, they want the board to matter more, and we even saw it with the latest expansion, which he agrees with me. The Great Dark Beyond is an awesome expansion. It just can't succeed when the prior ones exist, because they all just dunk on it. They're all built to not play for board, right? And the thing that's concerned me is he's not sure if they can fix this, right? Like, you know, normally be like, oh, maybe the next patch or rotation, but he's like, I'm not sure if they can fix this. And the example he used is like, they say one thing, they want the board to matter and all this, and they nerf Reno, they nerf Reska, they nerf Yogg, and then they make Bob. And this is the exact same thing I said when they revealed Bob. Bob's another one of those cards. It just completely removes your cool new thing. It just does. It can remove whatever it wants, even elusive. It can just take it. And okay, maybe that's not great in an aggro matchup. Well, then I can freeze the board. I can draw cards. It can do everything. And it comes down to so many like efficient removals, like Ceaseless Expanse. We're seeing Hunter, by the way, going infinite with value in board clears. The game has never felt less Hearthstone lately, where I tweeted out that Hearthstone is a board-based minion combat game that doesn't really have minion-based combat right now. It's so minimal. It feels like with the Asteroid Shamans, the Ceaselesses, the infinite clear decks, and then yeah, the super aggressive stuff. And it's been like this basically since Titans. I feel like Titans has really happened. So to me, seeing his concern that he's not confident in the team, the design team is like in cahoots with balance, and they all seem to be doing different things, and it's leading to just nothing getting accomplished through these massive patches. And if that's going to continue next year with rotation, what hope is there, right? What hope is there? And that's scary. That really is scary, because I am seeing numbers dropping and interest dwindling, and this game's still great, but it just, to me, and Kibler and a lot of other people, because the Hearthstone subreddit, 561 upvotes, 200 comments, a lot of agreement about stuff, and there's a lot of people that feel this concern. There are people that disagree. There are people that think the game has never been better, that they love it, but I just feel like the core of Hearthstone's always been minion-based combat, and we just don't see a lot of it right now. You actively feel punished for it with all these cards that were brought up. And in terms of like, yeah, just interest, Clark tweeted out, I've never seen so many standard streamers straight up ignoring the format in a long time. Hearthstone seems to have a lot of people burnt out currently. I'm not sure if the mini set will fix things. To me, the only way to save Hearthstone is to wait for rotation. And I'm in agreement. I can't, like, when I'm playing right now, and if I had a day yesterday, I went 8-1 in standard. I was bored. I didn't even really have, the games are so boring. Like, I'm playing Deathlight and like, oh, I got the matchups where I just clear everything and I just destroy my opponent. I guess that was fun. I guess I won. And then I have days where I'm like, I'm playing Deathlight again, because I've been playing a lot of it. And oh, I'm just facing OTK decks and they're all nuking me and destroying me because that counters me. now I'm just miserable. Like the wins are always, it feels like easy, and the losses are soul crushing. It doesn't feel like a big in between with the way the game is. And yeah, the mini set I think will be really powerful, probably with hero cards, will likely just create more of these feelings. And to me, the solution to this problem is a very bold rotation where they gut the core set of like all these cards that always pop up to create these situations. In particular, you know, the Shadow Steps, the Preps, Druid Ramp, like Growth, Nourish, all that stuff. I've been pitching for a while that the next year's core set should have 0 cards, 0 from Legacy, a whole brand new approach. And next year, there should be no more, I know the card just came out, but not cards like Ceaseless, not cards like Yogg, not cards like Bob, 2 of them just came out, but cards that are neutral, that can be used by every class to mitigate every weakness. And a card like Ethereal, giving every class infinite draw, when every class has all the draw in the world, all the removal in the world, all the healing in the world, what's the point? That's where we're at, right? What's the point of playing a cool big mechanic of a minion when I could just slop, you know, put these neutrals in with a couple of class cards and just win, right? And that's what we're seeing right now. Is you put Ethereal, you put maybe a Grifta, you put, you know, Ceaseless, and you put that like every deck and just kind of, you know, auto-complete, and they all play the same where you either blow up your opponent or just clear them, and that's it. That's almost every game on ladder, and maybe that's why I'm bored, right? Like that's every game. Every game feels the same. And it's not about building these cool incremental boards. There's no value trading for the most part, almost never. It feels like you're just clearing. You're never keeping a threat because it gets cleared, or you're never building up something cool because it gets stolen or you blow up. It just doesn't feel like Hearthstone. And yeah, that's kind of the way we've been talking about this all year. But again, I think Kibler put it in as well as ways you could. So again, if you have a chance, if you haven't watched already, watch this video. But I kind of wanted to put my agreement out there that, yeah, I agree, and I feel very strongly about it, and I am worried too. I legitimately am. There seems to be, within the Hearthstone team itself, just mass miscommunication, confusion over what is the direction of the game, what are we doing? Again, nerfing Reno, Yogg, Reska, all that stuff, and then we make Ceaseless, we make Bob. I don't get it. And I don't think Kibler gets it, and I think a lot of us don't get it. And I really hope the team does, but I'm not really sure of that either. And I'm worried. I am worried. And I'm hoping that, yeah, the next year things are figured out. Or maybe this is just the entire direction of Hearthstone, and those comments were just kind of leading us along. And yeah, the comment by the director earlier this year of they want explosive pop-off turns and crazy puzzles to solve every turn. Maybe that really is what they really, really want, and not, you know, just Hearthstone, where you actually have some minion battles once in a while. Not all the time, but sometimes it'd be nice. I'd like to build a thing and play a N'Zoth type card. It just doesn't happen anymore, right? It's pretty crazy. So I'm sure I missed a bunch of his points, but again, watch this video. We're going to start our year-end recap stuff starting tomorrow, or actually on Monday. I want to do a fun top 10 style video tomorrow. And then Monday, we're going to start doing year-end recap. Best cards, worst cards, most overrated. We'll do a bunch of categories, and we should have a lot of fun, and hopefully, you know, more fun than we're having on ladder these days. At least some of us. Hopefully you're having a great time, and if you are, that's awesome. And please share in the comments down below. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.